Woo-hoo! Welcome. Glad y'all here. It's the thunder, baby. Boom! 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 All right, y'all grab a seat. I am so glad y'all made it. I know there's all kinds of things in this world going on trying to keep you from being here. And so many distractions, but you guys figured out how to make it. We are broadcasting live on the TWC, and some of those folks intended on making it, and some of them had health problems, weather problems, cat problems, dog problems. Everything happens, okay? And it's the biggest thing is that you get up and move. You get up and do. So anybody that didn't make it and you feel bad, you know what? The show's going to end. You're not going to see what's going on here. Get back to work. Get up and do your thing. Forget about it. If I remembered every stupid thing, every mistake, every failure, every time I quit, I would be so depressed all the time. Not just for windows of time, but all the time. You understand? I think my ability to forget how dumb I am in the past is one of my greatest assets. And I'm gonna hope y'all can figure out how to do that. But you guys right here don't need to worry about your bad stuff. You need to be talking about, like, I made it this time. This time I got here. This time I found a way. This time I'm in the house live. I'm glad y'all are here. We got so many good things going on. It's just hard to, I was just going through trying to plan this. I want to talk about I said I'm going to give you 12 easy steps to guarantee you to go executive vice president. And I got through 6 of them, so I got to get through 6 more of those somehow today. And with emphasis, because I want you to go executive vice president. If you want to go executive vice president. It's right up here. You will be making hundreds of thousands of dollars. Most likely, based on the people that I've seen it before, it's right at $100,000 a month income. It could be more depending on your structure, depending on your volume. Y'all know that's what we get paid on, right? Structure and volume. And that's the things we monitor. So I want to show you how to get there. Now, what it don't show is how many lives you change by getting here.
That's right.
Because people are watching you. That's why Tim Goad hits you with "you matter." When you succeed, other people say, I got hope. I could possibly do it too if he made it or she made it. And each one of you represents a different segment, a different type of person that people are going like, can this type of person make it here? And when you make it, it clears a path for everybody that comes behind you that's anything like you. Does that make sense? It's very important that you win. Not just for you, but other people behind you. We put you on a stage with the Alliance, and you can affect other people's lives and make a difference.
That's right.
So it's not just the money. And you know, it is. I did 2 hours, which is like a tiny speck, but I did 2 hours of interviewing brand new people. And I'm not kidding you, 3 people. Now, for young people, they're not going to find this amazing, I think, and for some people. But for people my age, this don't make any sense in the world. 3 of the people said, I said, are you interested in making millions? And they said, money don't trip my trigger. Money don't make no sense. I'm not chasing a dollar bill. I'm not going after that. I'm looking for something significant in my life.
That's right.
And I'm happy those people. I don't comprehend what they said. It was like they were talking to Hebrew to the old guy. Because I'm thinking, we're talking ribeyes, baby. We're talking jets, limousines. We're talking about charities that are building playgrounds in India, and I'm trying to support them. I ain't sending them chocolate kisses. I ain't sending them Google berries, them little red berry things. I'm sending them Benjamins. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand. But now, I understand you want to have something significant in your life. I got it. But from what I've seen, anybody that helps a lot of people, you can't fight the money back. And then some people say, well, is that why you helping them, so you can make the money? Okay, you help them for your reasons, and I'll help them for mine. I don't understand. I don't say, okay, y'all tracking with me? I want to tell you how to do it, what you got to do to get there. If it's affecting people or making an impact, I think it's the same. I know it's the same principles. I'm going to talk about those. We have Good Samaritan. We got Good Samaritan checks to give out to people. I don't know how many of you recognize what these are, but we have. I guess if we wanted to start the instant thunder with a bang, this would be what we would do. Okay, is that Matt Mason back there? How about Matt Mason? You mind joining me up here? New in charge of the President's Club. All right, y'all grab a seat. Congratulations, congratulations. We look forward to working with you in President's Club. And if those of you don't know, Justin Tripp has been promoted to sales trainer, and he's working down in the ABTF area. And Matt has moved. We've been moving him around, training him in multiple locations. He's been in ABTF. He's been licensing. He's been in contracting. He's worked a little bit in telemarketing. And now we said, all right, let's bring it back over here. You'll be an incredible asset in President's Club. So if you will hold one of these. And so what happens is we have prizes. And by the way, we don't have enough prizes, okay? I know we give out massive checks, massive bonuses, massive overrides, free trips to Hawaii, free trips to Cancun, and free trips to where else we're going? Steamboat Springs.
That's right.
But we're going to keep giving out new prizes. And now this is a prize that we decided. This is a custom built. Now, first of all, everybody don't panic. We've triple checked. Everything's safe and everything's legal. Don't panic. And I know there's some people out there that going, please don't be offended. Didn't I cover offended, people that are offended so easy? I want to show y'all what we have here. First of all, I want to show you this is the thing that has the things that go bang in it. It's empty, see? It's empty. And it is not in here. It's not in here. It's not in here. And there's nothing in there, okay? All right, so it's all good. It's all good. But note that this is custom designed with SEAL Team on it. You with it? This is called a 1911 .45 caliber. It's standard issue since 1911 in the military with the upper echelon. Now they moved to the 9mm, but it's funny because there's a store of these around the world. It's not store, but these people keep them, the military, and they come in with their 9mm, and first thing they do is find the .45 because this is called, it's got stopping power, okay? And so we had this custom design. There's only one like this in the world, okay? Let me see this one, Matt. You can hold this one. And I haven't put the stuff back in there yet. And then this one is very similar. Again, here is the, by the way, I mean, so this is empty. So we like to educate people on safety and being smart. So, I mean, you'll never see this pointed at anybody ever. I mean, it's just, and you say, why, this is empty, who cares? Me. It's always loaded is the way we see it, but we triple check. It's completely empty. Everything's good. There's no way to be in there. It's like you can't, okay, but I still, so you point, nope, I'll never point at myself now. Like it's always empty. But this one is slightly different. Hold that up, Matt. Let's see what the difference is. So this one has, all right, so this one has, so we're going to have to go this direction. All right, so this one has the I call it the Chi Omega, or the skull. My daughter's a Chi Omega. They have skull represented. So this has got the skull. This has the skull, and this has SEAL Team, and this has the hashtag numbers on it. You with me? So we have, and let's see, turn it over. So the other one is exactly the same on the handle. So the handles are the same. Okay, so go down with it and go around. Okay, so, all right, so we have one person who, what you have to do is you go SEAL Team, 90 days in a row. That's called a madman cycle. You do that 3 times in a row. Well, first of all, you've done 9 months of over 20,000 points. So you made some jack. 9 times 20, 180,000. You went way over, won the trip to Hawaii.
That's right.
And on top of that, if you would like, this is one of the prizes we have. So we have a person has been saying day one, I want one and I'm going to get it. I'm going to come after it. So guess what? First 9 months, she had an opportunity to do it. She did it. So let's let her pick. Let's scream and yell for Katrina Justin, baby! Woo! Woo!
I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
You should be. Nobody has one of these in the world. You are about to own one of these. That's an exclusive. Nobody in the world has one.
I got a question though.
What is your question?
Can I shoot it?
Can I shoot it? I have seen you shoot before, and yes, you can shoot it.
Okay.
You can't shoot it in here.
Okay. I'm okay with that. Just at some point in time soon.
Have you decided which one you like best?
Mm-hmm.
Which one do you like? You like the one with the SEAL team. You like the SEAL team on it.
Yeah, we got hash marks down here.
Oh, you have hash marks
That's
down
enough.
there, so you get the SEAL team in writing. So see how that fits your hand.
Oh,
Is that cool?
I think it's good.
So, does that fit right? Feel good? You just won't believe.
I just need
So-
some practice. That's what I was saying.
What
yeah.
we want to do is take you out and give you a safety lesson on this. This has got all kinds of safeties on it. What I'm told, I'm not military, but what I'm told is they have these things actually locked and loaded. There's a safety right here. There's a safety here, and you can't pull the trigger. First of all, if you don't have your hand there, it won't pull the trigger. And if you have your hand there and try to pull the trigger, if that's locked. But this right here that you can reach with your finger, if you just pop that down like that, now right here, you are good to go. So right here, you pop that down, you're good to go. So a lot of them carry them actually right here, cocked and loaded. So they're right here, they can pull the trigger like that. And again, this is what real SEAL team people showed us. And so when they do this, all they got to do is you got your thumb goes here. Now, so you cover this part and this part, and you're good to go when you pull it out. Is that crazy talk? So, fun stuff, right? All right. So, okie dokie. Tell us, Katrina, what made you, were you doing it for the gun? Were you doing it for your family? Were you doing it for Les? Were you doing it for you? What's your driving force to get you out there and do this?
All of the above, I think me first, because when I say I'm going to do something, I like to follow through.
I like
and I'm
that.
trying to learn to be good at that, exceptional at that.
Doing
So that's number one.
whatever you say you're going to do.
Right. It's possible. If you do it once, why can't you do it again and again and again and again?
So you're on track again. You did it last month, the month of August. Do it again in September.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you're going to be hanging out all tonight with us. We're hanging upstairs, and then we're going over to the cabin.
Yeah, I'll
You'll
be
hear
here
the
all-
whole Instant Thunder.
Yeah, the whole Instant Thunder.
Okay. So you got everybody looking. Tell us what your intentions are with the Alliance. What do you plan on doing with us? Changing lives, making money.
I think I changed it. I agree with Mike. I like executive board member. I think it's a good thing to strive for. But I've got to have monthly, in between monthly. So, guns, knives.
So you want to keep, you
Jewelry.
would like to start your collection.
Sorry.
You got your priorities down. I like that.
Uh-huh.
Guns, then jewelry. Guns, knives, then jewelry.
Well, I already got 1, 2. Now that's the next one.
Is this your first weapon that you've owned?
No, actually, I own a 50 caliber black powder rifle.
Cool deal.
Yeah.
Is that so? This is the second one.
This is the second one.
So now you own guns.
Guns. This is probably be a little bit more fun to shoot than the powder rifle.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So board member moves you into the millions. So millions, you're usually in the hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. And it is, and some people wonder if it's more fun. For me, it has been more fun. I mean, you might not like it, you can give it back, you can go backwards, but for me, it's been more fun. And that's what Mike and Noel Leventovich are screaming that they're going to do. That's their intentions.
They will too.
I believe it. What else would you like to say to this audience? I know they got questions for you, but they don't get to ask now.
I feel like everybody makes it real complicated, including
Yes.
me.
Yes.
And eventually you'll find out that it's not complicated. Maybe not now. There's still some things that I get confused about on a daily basis. But it's really not that complicated. It's pretty simple. And if I could just bang that into somebody's head, that would be really awesome. And please just stop talking about doing it if you're not going to, because that gets on my nerves. So if you're going to talk to me and I'm going to help you, then do something, please. And I'm happy to help you move along, but you got to do something first. Quit talking, please. Por favor.
It is so, what you're saying is so true. What are you going to do?
Keep trying.
Yeah. It is finding them more than making them. I promise you that. But I guess here if I had to say it, if I thought it through, it's like, you guys that have been saying it, we would encourage you to start doing it.
That's
Notice
probably
there
a
were
nicer way to put
no
that.
No curse words in there. No name calling. No spite. Just straight up, we'd like for you to start the do as opposed to the talk.
Right.
The gums moving up and down is similar to someone slapping their mouth when they're eating with you. Is that what you mean?
That's exactly what I mean.
I just went over the line. I was right over here. I was right here, and I just went over the line with that. You with me?
Hey, I love y'all. Smacked a lot of gums too, but I'm tired of that.
Well, congratulations. We are happy for you. We will do all the legal proceedings to get that to your home, and we will shoot together.
Please.
We will shoot together. Congratulations, Katrina. See, that's just one thing. Matt, welcome everybody to President's Club, and just a couple comments.
I'm fired up to have every one of you here today. It's going to be a good transition. I am ready to step into this role, and I'm very excited to meet every single one of you this weekend. Whether you're a current President's Club member, thinking about joining, or not in at all, I'm here to bring value to your business, and it's one of those things where there's a book that we're reading, and it talks about how surfers have like great flexibility, they have great balance, they're very skilled athletes, but they don't look to create a wave. We're not asking you to create the wave here. The wave's already been created. This is the system. But I'm here, and the other President's Club members that you'll be able to meet this weekend are here to help you with the technique, help you with the balance, help you with everything you need to ride the wave, all right? So I'm fired up, excited, and very gracious to have this opportunity.
The Alliance is growing, and we're investing. We're being smarter about everything, and we're trying. We're putting the effort out there. So here's one thing. Do y'all like the Albright communications with the Terry Edwards puts up there? We had $25,000 a week, and Olga's posting her numbers up there. Y'all like that? And the pictures from the hot spots around the country and people that are using the hot spots, and we're saying, hey, I got a guy coming. We're taking pictures. Matter of fact, that's one thing. A couple things I'd like to see more of is the numbers, hitting the numbers. What are you doing? What's your stats look like? And also, when you see people at a hot spot that was invited out by Sean or invited out by Stan or invited out by Gus, and they're in your hotspot, take a picture of them and say, hey, guess what? We had a guest here. So-and-so invited this person, okay? And so more pictures of new guests that are showing up in hotspots around the country and posting your numbers. And if something good, crazy happens, like who was that had the person that was a award-winning songwriter? Did y'all see that one on there? Huh? Yeah, it was just cool stuff that gets posted on there. Y'all like that? Pretty cool? Okay, so we've started another one that will be very exclusive for President's Club members. So if you've got an invite, then it's private. You can't find this one, by the way. The other one's public. People can find it, and you can actually invite people, and they can join it. The President's Club will be exclusive, private. You have to be a President's Club member to get on it. You have to be invited, and then you have to be accepted. Okay? And it is not for posting all that stuff. It's really going to be communication of contests that are running. And my goal, how many of y'all in President's Club are in here? Raise your hand. Okay. All right. So my goal for President's Club is that we are the outstanding example, meaning 20,000 plus every single month issue paid, 5 or 6 direct recruits every single week. So it'll be 2020. Does that make sense? 2020 every month is what we're looking for. What I'd like to see is some 40-25s and some 40-30s. I'm not kidding. From President's Club. And then what we're going to do is you get to make all that extra money, but we're going to announce multiple contests for people that are killing it, the extra effort. I'm investing money. Now, I know some of y'all don't care about money, so those contests will not be for you. We will have dinners. I am working my butt off to get a beach house. We've got a cabin. We've got tickets to football games. What I'm going to do is we're going to build this relationship with President's Club. Tonight, President's Club, we're going to pull you aside from everybody else. I'm going to say, if you're in President's Club, and you're like, I'm going to join it. No, that's okay. We got the President's Club. We got enough. We don't need any more. But the people that are already, you can join for next time, but not this time. There's no point. We don't want last minute just to get in. That's not what we're looking for. What we're looking for is people to raise their hand and say, I'm in. Okay? And if they're in, we're going to pull them in, and I just want to meet you and make sure that we make it real personable, and we kill this thing. Now listen, everybody can do it. Nobody's going to be excluded from Hawaii trips and all this other stuff, but those that are saying, I want to go all out, not talking, but doing, then we want to get to know you better. Okay? And President's Club staff is growing. They're here today. Chat with Matt, chat with all of them, get to know them. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. I look forward to working with you, Matt. All right. Oh, my goodness. How about, let's do this. Billy, can you pull up, or maybe I might know which one it is. Let me see if I can go do it. I want the, do you have the SEAL team, how many times they've won it in a row? We do? 1 minute. Yeah, that's what we're talking about right there. The Madman cycle, the summary, that one right there. This one's going to be awesome too. I want to come back to that. Yeah, here we go. All right, so here is Katrina Guston. They can probably make it a little bit bigger. So she's hit it November, December, January, February, all the way through. Michael Owens has now stepped up. He got ticked around April. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a row. He says he is going to do 90-Day Madman 3 times in a row. You can see Michelle Olam has been extremely consistent. She missed 1 month of April. As a matter of fact, has Tim Goad made it in here yet? When he comes in, let me know. I know he's on the way. He was driving in. But they, matter of fact, text him and find out, because if he's not going to make it, then I will handle it myself. But the reason I brought up Tim is because He just got back from Houston, Texas. All our buddies and a lot of our friends and family are down in Houston, got hammered by this storm, and there's flooding down there. And a lot of you guys contributed to the goes. I contributed extra to the goes because they're getting food down there on trucks. I got a video from him. But Michelle Alleman, let me tell you what she did. Here was her game plan. You know, it's funny how people do. Michelle called me and she said, there's a storm coming to Houston. I said, that's what I hear. She said, let me run my plan by you. She said, me and my family are going to leave Houston because there's nothing we can do. And we got to work. We can't be sitting for 2 weeks. And so what they did is they went to Dallas. I'm not sure if they stayed with a friend, stayed with another agent, or set up in a hotel room, but they set up business, and she ran business the last week and a half and kept making money, kept helping people. By the way, now they had money to go back to Houston. Now, Mike was back down there with Tim Goad, helping do food and love on people and encourage them and tell them they can make it and they can rebuild. Is that smart? It's just funny how different people react to different problems. Like some people just shut down, some people plan ahead, and they say stuff. I mean, let me get, this young man, this young man, he was so tore up. He lost a relative, died, and he basically shut down. Matter of fact, he was thinking about shutting down altogether. I mean, he was thinking of going and join his relative after, and I was like, bro. But the problem is, I'm not the best consoler guy. I'm like going it sounds terrible to me, man. It's terrible. I mean, whew. I'm trying to make all those noises, you know. I'm struggling. Because here's the way I've studied this thing, and here's the way it's going to work. All of us going to die. I mean, I told Adam Katz, me and Adam are best buddies. I'm like, one of us is going to die first. And the other one needs to kick some butt while the other one is gone. But we're planning ahead for that. I've told my children, it's going to happen. You with me? I mean, every time we take off on the plane, I go, we need a performance takeoff, sir. Boom! You know, I don't like to just float up into the air. I want it to take off. You know what I mean? They say it's not more dangerous, but dadgum, it feels more dangerous. And we come in hot every time. You know, I don't like them floating in. I want to come in hot, baby. You know? And we do all kinds of other crazy stuff. So I'm told him it's just a matter of time. So I tell my kids, well, when it happens, you need to have a party because I got insane life insurance. You're not going to have no hot dog hamburger over mine, baby. You're going to be able to bury me in style. You know what I'm saying? Like I understand the storm, and then I know we got buddies. How many of y'all came up from Florida? Okay? And then how many of you didn't come up from Florida because you stayed in Florida? Well, they're raising their hand now. You with me? Everybody makes choices. Goad's like he thinks the storm's headed straight for him. I know he's landed and he's driving here. Everybody makes choices. You tracking with me? And Michelle, that's why she's up there. Choices. Adam Johnson, look at how many times he's hit it. Jeremy Patton, steady hitting it. These guys are building a brand new house. Marvin Osuna used to write solid $2,000 a month on a big month, and then on a standard month, he'd get a comma in it, 1,000 something. And then if just some miracle happened, he issued a big case, it'd be $5,000. And I'd be like, y'all pay any bills? He said, yeah, we're very modest. We're humble people. We don't need a lot. I said, so how much are you giving away? He said, well, we give away a lot of time. We got no money. Well, your time's more valuable than your money. He said, yeah, if I gave away money. So one day, it hit him. I'm hoping it hit some more people today. One day it hit him, and the simplicity kicked in, Katrina. He started booking appointments. Now look at him. He's one of the top ones. Boom, 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 hitting SEAL team. James Coleman, Minerve, 62,000, 68,000, 33,000. Now the crazy thing is, I know when she didn't hit it, she was over 20,000. She just didn't put it in the recruits. You with me? So why don't you give it to her? She didn't put it in recruits because that's the requirement. It's put it in the recruits. But she's killing it production-wise. She's making money. Mr. Belair, Sarge had a crazy month this month, good month. Marcus Richardson, he's right over there. Matter of fact, if you're on this board right here, stand up. Katrina, Marcus Richardson, who else is in here? There's Jane and James. There's Hutchinson. There's Mark Hutchinson right there. Who else is out there? There's Jeremy out there. Who's that? Oh, there's Minerve. Mr. Coleman. What's going on, brother? James Coleman is in the house. So give these guys a hand. They are in the house. Stay standing up. Y'all look around at them. Now, I guarantee you, the people sitting down, y'all can talk among yourself, and your ideas will be way more creative than theirs. Way more complicated than theirs. They're going to say things to, like, you quit talking and start doing. Whereas you sit down with some of these other guys, and I ain't trying to pick on anybody in particular, but they'll tell you, you need a mic. They will tell you stuff, how to do it. Because they know more than the people that are doing it, because they study it more. But the simple ones do it every single time. The other ones, taki, 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 taki. You with me? These guys do. That's what we're looking for, is to do. Does this make sense? Please, please, please. Now, some of you ain't been here long enough to start doing it, and you're looking around going, what's wrong with these people? Like, don't try to figure that out. Figure out what's right with these, or figure out what's wrong with the one standing up, and be wrong like that. It's like, what was that president that won the war for the North? What was his name? Lincoln. That's his name. Lincoln had a bunch of his generals. They was mad at this one general because he kept winning, and they told Lincoln, they say, you know that joker drinks a lot. He's a drunk and alcoholic. He does not represent the values of the North. He does not stand for what we stand for. But the general kept winning. Lincoln said, find out what that joker's drinking, ship some cases out to the rest of my generals. He said, I don't like him getting drunk in public, but daggone. Maybe a little sip or something like that from them other boys, maybe get them jacked up like he is. Y'all understand what I'm telling you is just a little bit of that messed up. Some of you might need a little bit of messed up to get it right. All right, a little dab will do you. Pam Moore, Gil Flores, there's Matt Goodridge, Miles Gatos, Debbie Ben, Joe Dukes, Hal Rosen. But look, see, here's really what we're looking for right here. You with me? We need it. It's not a one-time deal. This one guy talking about, what we're going to do for President's Club people, SEAL team. What we're going to do for SEAL team for last year. What are you talking about, Bo? You want a jersey hung up? We done last year. We're going on this year. This is what you done lately. All right, Billy, let's I think I can get it right. Yeah, is that the same thing? All right, here we go. Good Samaritan. Y'all keep standing. I like y'all standing up. Good Samaritan bonus. All you need is a minimum of 5,000. Now, some people say that's all I want you to do. The minimum is 5,000. You're shooting for 20,000. You're shooting for 30,000. That's where we give away $350 to your favorite charity. We're trying to get this thing skyrocketed. Right now, we had an incredible month. You had an incredible month. We're going to end up giving away 76 checks for $14,500. I still don't know another company doing anything like this. If y'all hear about somebody doing, and everybody says, well, I know this company, they'll match it. Any amount of money, they'll match it. So who has to put the money in first? You do. We put the money in first. You don't have to put it in. If we put 100, you want to be 6,000 in, that's fine. But you don't have to put it in first. You don't have to do nothing. But I'd love for you to contribute. I hope you're already contributing. But we put it in first. Okay. Oh, by the way, Forrester's now has that 1% charity rider that's free. So 1% of every policy. No, is it on certain? On the term products. So, and what? Advantage Plus and the term, 1%. They don't pay anything for it. All they got to do is name a charity to get that money. So 14,500. Pull it down for me, Billy. I can't. There we go. All right. Just missed. Just needed one more recruit. 3 different people just needed one more recruit. Needed one more recruit, 34. Needed 2 more recruits, 5. Needed 2 more. Over 5,000, but didn't have the recruits. 115 people. What? What? We could have had an extra 16,000 to charities should these people have had one more, or two more recruits, we would have given 16,000. That would have took us over 30,000. Then here we go. Needed premium. Had the 2 recruits, but didn't do the 5,000. That's another 6,200. Plus, you don't get paid because you didn't do the volume. So the charity don't win and you don't win. What's up with that? Halfway there and stopped. Halfway there and stopped. So what we could have had, should have had, would have had was another 40,000 points. Move it up just a little bit more. Move it. We would have had 54,000. We ended up 14,000. I'm thrilled over the 13,000. What I'm going to hope I can do when I talk about these 6 other things to help you to get to executive vice president, what I'm hoping for is that you'll do a little bit more in the month of September, and we will do a lot more to charities, and you'll get a lot more for your family. Does that make sense? I'm not looking to change your life. I'm just, these meetings, the Instant Thunder, I'm like, if you can walk away 3%, 2.5% better. If you went crazy and got 6% better than you were when you started, look how much difference. It's always that much. It's always that much. It was that much for me today. I think people just think that everybody else rolls out of bed and it just happens, but it don't. It's a fight. It's a battle. It's an emotional war to do 3 to 4% better. Okay, let's see who did it. Can I move? I don't know if I can. I can move it. It's the magical 2-finger move. Okay, here we go. All right, so we now have 3 new SEAL team qualifiers. There's only 11 of these elite packets, the backpacks left. Excited about that. The crazy numbers. Look at this. Bill Cook with 2 recruits, 78,000 issue paid. Minerve, there's Minerve right there. Minerve, wave at us. 47,000, 2 recruits. Sarge, 41,000, 2 recruits. Bel Air, 41,000, 2 recruits. And Nick Narlis, 35,000, 2 recruits. Way over 20,000. Representing Clark, New Jersey, and Clark, New Jersey, 2 in New Jersey, representing Boston, Annapolis, and Melbourne. All right, here we go. Above 25,000. Michelle Alleman, Jeremy Patton. There's Jeremy. There's Marcus Richardson. There's Mark Hutchinson. Gil hit 26,002. He's SEAL team again. He hit it last year. No, he has not hit it before. This will be first time Gil hit SEAL team. First time Miles Gatos hit SEAL team. Woohoo! Pam Moore and Debbie Ben, all of these are over 25,000 SEAL team and Good Samaritan bonuses. Here's over 20,000. George Andershock, first time hitting SEAL team. Listen to this. This is one of my favorite things. One of my favorite things is when you see a new name pop up there like George Andershock. That's my daddy's name, George. I always like it when George wins. But knowing I'm starting to see George's name over here, I see George's name over there, I see Gil's name over here, and you see these new names pop up somewhere in your downline. You just found them. You with me? And then you see people that have been here for 6 years or 3 years or 2 years, and he comes over there and he said, what are they doing? No, don't think about them. Don't think about them. Don't talk about what they're doing. Don't think about them. Don't talk about them. Leave them alone. They're our cousins. They family. Get them another plate. Get them a seat. Hug them, but don't talk to them. You with me? They just come up, and then they just rise up, and they start blooming and growing. I see another one, Rob. I'm telling you, I see your name pop up, and I go, don't stop. I grabbed hold of Lixie back there, and I said, don't stop. Don't get weary in well-doing. Put your name up there, and then put it up there again. Next thing you know, everybody knows you. Now you're expected to be wealthy, expected to have nice cars and win all the trips. And then you got this expectation, and now you got to do it. That's just the way it goes down, Mike. But George is one of them. His name's coming on. Doge keeps putting his name up there. Jenny's talking all kinds of crazy smack about how, she said last year at this point, she only had 25,000 points to win an all-expense trip to the Greek Isles, to the Mediterranean cruise. All she had was 25,000. She went crazy last 4 months and won. This year, at the same point in time, she only needs 25,000 more. Only 25,000 more. So now she's talking about winning the extension and going to Maui. It's just you start doing, hello. Now, I'm not mad at people that ain't doing, but if you're a lion, let me just say, I am mad. If you're a golden retriever, I'm more disappointed. If you're an otter, I'm confused. I don't understand. But a lion, I'd like to punch you. You know, you can't be a lion and lose. You're going to be like, can you clip a lion's tail or something? What do you do to them? Pin their ears? What do you do to them? Shave them? Cut their mane? Cut their mane and be like, you're not a lion. You're one of them big kitty cats. All right, y'all tracking on this? Rodriguez, this name keeps popping up. Kyle Cater, Karen Musel, Terry Grady. Terry Grady, there's Terry Grady right there. There she is. Matter of fact, if I have called your name and you're in here, would you stand up? Did you pay attention? Who all we got? There's Terry. There's Karen Musel. There's Kyle Cater. There's Jazz. Anybody? Am I missing anybody? James Hill, Mike Rodriguez. Mike, what's up, baby? Oh man, we're gonna run out of time. Look at this. These are more people over SEAL Team. Who's not doing it? Everybody's doing it. Jump on a bandwagon. Osuna, Michael Owens, James Hill, James Coleman, Katrina Gustin, Joe Dukes, Hal Rosen, George, Adam, Jenny, Marty, Mike, Kyle, Karen, more, right? Oh, just missed. 3% more. 3% more. Angela Clark, there she is right there. Carrie Williams, Terry Edwards right there. Mark Bisco Sr. right there. Olga Mathis, Brant Swindell, Abel, Andy, hey, new, oh no, almost new SEAL Team. He had to go over 20,000 to get SEAL Team. See how it's white? That means he hadn't won it. He ain't done it yet. Almost there, Andy. Ah! Ah! One less YouTube video that you'd watched than you could have. One less second thought. One more time if you'd have said what you was thinking in the house, but you held back. You're like, I don't want to say it. If you'd have said what you was thinking. Marcy Hicks. What? Marcy, you're so close. Do it again this month. All right. Y'all get the idea. More Good Samaritan. Lee, Jan, Glenda, Justin, Chris, Mickey, Jazz, Joe, Adam, Korea, Bell, Scott Ducharme, Jason Carey, Jay Turner. All these are Good Samaritan bonus. Here we go. All these are Good Samaritan bonus. All these. This is what added up to the 14,000. And if we just kept going, we're into the almost, didn't quite do it. These are the ones, if they'd have got two, you with me? So right here's the end. Dustin Craig, Belinda Kimmel, that's the end. That's the 14,000. These are the people almost. Look at these. These are over 5,000 but didn't have the recruits. Almost. There's halfway. Had the recruits but didn't have the production. Had the recruits but didn't have the production. You with me? Does this make sense? You understand how that works? Oh, just a little bit. Hey, y'all grab a seat real quick. I do want to get these people up here. If you're in the house, Lou Abadi, Andrew Argenio, Angela Clark, these are people Good Samaritan bonus this past month. Mickey Cruz, Terry and Tia, Toby Griggs, Katrina, James Hill, Jane, Mark Hutchinson, Danny Johnson, Dave Johnson, David Michelle, Michael Lee, and Jasmine Lightborn. If y'all are in the house, come on up. Here you go, Lou. Passes Andrew Argenio, Angela Clark. Yeah, help me. Olga, right here. Come on up, y'all coming up. Olga, Belinda, I don't think Belinda made it. Paul Menachino, did Paul make it yet? Paul Menachino, here you go. For Paul, hey Danny, how y'all doing? Hey Lori, how y'all doing? Good to see y'all. Steve Moore, is Steve in the house yet? Bring it on, Steve Moore. Here you go, hold this for Steve, Mike. Jennifer Moore, Jen, I saw Jen somewhere, didn't I? There she is. Hey, Jen. This is Mike Rodriguez. Did I call your name? Mike, come on up. And Brant Swindell. Brant's not going to make it. He is sick. What's that? Katz, Adam Katz. Bring it on up. Adam and Beth, come on up. Mike Rodriguez right here. Open them up and show them your checks, guys. Open them up and show them your checks. This, as I understand it, is there any Good Samaritan bonus people that you know you want it? Jeremy's on it, Jeremy Patton. So Mac and Karen Musel, Kyle Cater, y'all come on up here. And Mac said he has your checks. I don't think he had you listed that you would be here. Get in the picture at least, but we've got your checks. We've got your envelopes. Is Cuz here? Did Russ make it? All right. Oh, hey, Cuz, come on up. Cuz done got a Good Samaritan bonus. $14,000 to any charity. You name the charity, and the check goes out. By the way, it's just hard to explain to people that fail or they're just not making it. But let me explain something to you. Like, this Good Samaritan bonus program has been so awesome. You can't imagine the challenges that we've had. Like what? Getting people to tell us what charity to go to. You say that's the problem? Mm-hmm. The charity that they picked went out of business this week. So the check has to come back. So they have to, same check, so you have to rewrite another check. The postage has already been paid. I'm like, we got to pay postage again? We already spent $6 mailing it down there. We got to send it back to them again? They're going to have to pay the postage. That comes out of the donation. Is that not the way y'all would feel? I'm like, I didn't agree to mail it 3 different times. Pick a big charity next time. The people that we mailed the check to moved, but they didn't put their stuff in the database. You with me? It's nightmare. You know what we do? Get up the next day and figure it out. Doc's like, I'm not kidding you. And Mac that's got all these extra checks that are coming out, that's what he does. He just fights through it. And Amber and Missy, they email people. You say, you would think, I'm just telling y'all, success is problem after mess, after disaster, after embarrassment, after person mad, people offended, everything. And then you just get up and do it again. Smile. Good Samaritan bonus, 76 of them, Mac. Mac's like, 76? What if I had 150? I might want to shoot somebody. I was like, well, we'll give it to the criminal charity event people that well, I don't know. You with me? Isn't that crazy? More money you make, more taxes. It's going to be problems. But this right here is called victory. This is victory. Hold your checks up with victory sign. That's money right there, baby. Here we go. Just tell me real quick, who's charity going to? Where are we going to? Tell me who they are and tell me a little bit about them. Terry?
Our Good Samaritan Hello. Our Good Samaritan bonus this month is going to the Kernersville Raiders football organization. It's a local youth football league that helps a lot of children, and then we have a lot of kids who can't afford, their parents can't afford for them to play, so we give out scholarships. So this will be going towards scholarships.
Who are you going to, Katrina? What is Fight Ministries?
Fight Ministries. It's against human trafficking. It's an organization out of Florida in the Dominican Republic.
Good deal. Woohoo! Who else? Cats? Give me the Angel.
Our Good Samaritan bonus is going to Tim and Gay Goat Ministries.
Go Ministries.
Lamb's Chapel, which is where Andy and I and several of us go to church. If you were here for Delivering the Difference, that's where we did the Packathon.
Brian Biggers. Who else? Cuss?
Mine's going to Operation Smile. It helps kids with cleft lip and cleft palates overseas.
Y'all ever wonder, or do you all wonder, like, what's the connection? Like, what's the connection? Like, why'd he pick that? Why'd she pick this? Why'd he pick that? I'm telling y'all, stories. There's stories behind every one of them. Some I know, some of them I can't wait to ask them and say, what's your connection? You know? Hey, how about, can we play that video that Tim Goad sent Billy? Is that possible? Are we good to go on that? Working on it?
So Houston, we're delivering hope, and you're helping. You know, it's so amazing. I fly in here today, and I get in a car, and I start down the interstate, and you start looking around, and you're like, really? Is there a need? And then we tried to reroute back into a subdivision. We tried 4 different routes, and we could not get through because of the devastation and the water. And we had to go a different route. We're delivering hope right now. We're standing here where some mama is praying right now that she will be able to get diapers and get needs for her precious children. There's not a mama listening to me right now that has not felt deep in your soul the unbelievable responsibility of taking care of your child. Come on. Come on. Let's help that mama. Let's help that worker. Let's help people. You say, Jim, why are you so emotional? When I get around pain, my heart gets moved. I get filled with compassion. We are delivering hope here. All of you G5ers out there, all you organizations, I'm begging you, let's overwhelm this thing with God's love and His care and His grace. We can do this. Houston strong. It's on our hearts. We're going for it. Charlie.
How about, it's good. How about, did you have the other one with Mike Alleman? Did you have the one with Mike Alleman in there too? Yes, no? 1 minute? 1 second? Play it. Roll it. Okay. All right. I can't imagine the emotion involved with people that having pictures wiped out, your houses wiped out. Oh, we had one of our boys, Michael Frederick. I said, is Michael coming to Instant Thunder? And they said, he's looking for his car. I said, do you not know where he left it? He said, he know where he left it. He just don't know where the water took it. Like, he literally ain't found it yet. And I was like, does he have to find it to file it on his claim? Could he just, well, I mean, I don't know how that works, you know. Because Foresters waived a lot of the things you have to do for filing, you know, because they know people couldn't find their certificates. But I mean, and by the way, they said, great attitude. He's not upset at all. He's just annoyed that he can't find his car. It's crazy how people handle different things, man. You can't imagine emotional, but if you got it, let's do it. I want to see what Mike had to say. My man Alleman. I don't think that's your fault at all. So let's just nix that, okay? All right, so the audio didn't come through, and I thought there was a chance that it may not. Okay. All right, give these guys a hand. Thank you very much. Good Samaritan bonus people. Woohoo! Thank you, Lou. Proud of you, buddy. You bring your picture with you? Does Billy have it, or you got it? Okay, let me tell y'all something. When I get mad, when I get frustrated, when I get discouraged, I get down, I think about people that have it worse, and I figure I got to perform. I don't have an excuse. And I'm going to tell you, this is kind of a trick thing that I do when I say, do you think you're giving 100%? Do you think you're giving 70 or 80? And I see people bow up with pride that they're giving 50% of that. So what you've seen so far to me is 50% of what I got, or 60% of what I got, or 70% of what I got, or 30% of what I got. And I go, guys, can you imagine getting to heaven? Well, that's amazing. But you imagine when somebody, I don't know if it's Peter, I don't know if it's God, I don't know if it's Jesus, he says, now how did you do helping other people? Like with what you was given, what did you do? And you just bow up and give them all 30%? I just don't understand. I can't comprehend people not going all out and trying to win. Like, I didn't have the skill and the talent in athletics, and I was small. But I give it my all when I was getting my butt beat. I didn't get my butt beat giving 30%. I got my butt beat giving it all. If you're getting beat out here and you're not performing and you're not giving it 100%, what the heck? It's confusing. Look, let me tell you something. If you're not mad, take some of my mad. If you're a lion and you're not mad, go like, God, Andy's mad. Like, I'm not mad at you because I don't even know who you are. I don't know that you're not performing. But let me give you some mad. God. Ah! It's like you're spinning around. What are you thinking? People need you. People need your example. And for some of you, you need the money, for God's sake, for your bills. And plan ahead. Something's going to happen. Some of you know stuff's going to happen. Give it 100% when you can. One of my reactions, a lot of times people say, what do you do? I say, you just try to get adults to do what they tell their children to do. I try to get grown people to do what they say they want their children to do. I try to get them to act like they want their children to act. They tell their kids, what is wrong with you? How come you're not giving 100%? And so I'm like looking at the parent going like, well, kids need an example, Bo. All right, so much to get through. All right, I'm just going to skip it. Okay. All right, we do have some agency managers in the house, I think. Abian, you in the house? Mickey Cruz in the house? James Hill? Katz? Lampy's in the house? Mathis right here in the house? Patton? Profield? Pierre? Minerve? Ray's? Chadwick and Melanie? Did I hear Melanie laughing over there? There they go, stand up. And Weinbrenner and Dory. No, Dory didn't make it in here this time. Okay, there's all our agency managers in the house. Y'all take a look around at them. Mickey, Joanna. All right, y'all grab a seat. Thank y'all. I'm glad y'all are here. All right, I'm going to do this. I'm going to move on. I got one more thing. Do mark these in your calendar. I'm going to be in, this is not, I've got a trip coming up. That's not the one I'm, in October, by the way, we said agency managers only while the seats last. So we sold out almost immediately, and some agency managers get in. We're sorry. On the other hand, move faster next time. Like, stuff like this is not unlimited. We can't just have a line of planes. Well, actually, we can, but I'm not going to. I bought one. It's a 50-passenger plane. And by the way, if you're wondering, you're saying, is every seat full? No, we're not filling up every seat. We're keeping some empty seats. I mean, you going to let me not go and have empty seats? Yes, because we want to move around. We ain't going to be jammed up in there going to Seattle. Does that make sense? There is some slots. We have a contest going that's actually that's over with, and some of the people that may not pick the West Coast trip, or they may have come in third or second, but they didn't do the minimum amount of premium to get on the jet, so there are some slots that may open up. Like, I really think there's going to be at least one open up, so if you didn't make it and you're an agency manager, you could scoot in there. If you're not an agency manager, it's not going to open up. Does that make sense? Unless you won the contest. So we're going to Seattle, we're going to Rancho Cucamonga, we're going to Vegas, and we're going to Phoenix. Hawaii trip still on? Okay, all right, let's do this. Let's move on to these 12 things. Can I share like from my heart about what I know that it takes that you can get there faster? So the number one was want to. You gotta decide that you want to. I went over that one in detail. If people move slowly when you tell them to do something, it's because they don't want to. Like some people don't want to book 20 appointments a week. They just don't want to. I don't want to book 20 appointments a week. Okay. To get to EVP, you need to work on you want to, and anything that I'm explaining to you that's on our guidelines telling you how to get there, you got to work on want to because you just don't want to. And don't tell me I want to but I can't. That's bull crap. Because when you got to go to the bathroom and you want to, you go. You want to. People can't stop you. When you want something, your emotions can't stop you when you want it bad enough, when it's burning bad enough. Be a believer. Maybe you believe that booking 20 appointments won't work. Believers do it anyway because they have faith. They believe that it will eventually work. You've got to be a believer. Habakkuk 2:2. Write it down. The act of your hand moving and your eye watching, write down what you want to do, your goals. Write it down. That is right out of the Bible. It's actually a book in the Bible called Habakkuk, and it's chapter 2, verse 2. Pick a start day. We do have round to it's here in the store, so if you haven't got a round to it yet, you can purchase your own Alliance round to it so you can get around to it. Because people that ain't got around to it and ain't never going to get around to it, they are on the island of someday I'll, okay? Someday I'll. You got to pick a start date. I always suggest now. What's the day? 6? September 6th? What time we got? 1:30? 1:30? Wednesday, September 6th. You could pick now or you could pick right now. But you got to pick a date to start. Say why. We brainstormed for 30 or 40 minutes about why you want to do this. Some did it for their children. Somebody did examples. Somebody did it for their God. Somebody did it because they want to be respected by those they respect. Some people want Ferraris. And the guy told me, he said, I'm not into cars. I was like, I don't even know what to say to you. And then I said, if you had to pick a car, what would you drive? And he said, a Cadillac. I was like, what kind of Cadillac? He said, maybe an Escalade. He told me basically what my wife drives. I was like, we got 2 of those. We got one outside. Cars. Pick your why. Clothes, guns, shooting, travel, children, college education, charities, preachers, ministries, your name on a building at a university, giving scholarships to kids. Give me your list and tell me why, and then tell me you don't want to. Tell me your whys. All your whys. List them out. You need a layer of reasons because I promise you're going to have layers of problems. And the only thing that'll fight a layers of problems is a layer of reasons. If you don't have enough reasons, you don't have enough whys. Deadlines. Tell me when you're going to do it by. By the way, who cares if you don't make it? All it is close shot anyway. It's just a guess. Just give me a guess. When do you think you can do it by? Give me a guess. Put it down. Your mind will try to make it work. Okay, now we get into, so that's the first 6, and I took a long time going through those. I'm going to try to get through 6 more real quick. Okay. So that's my 6. Now we move into see the obstacles. Believe it or not, I want you to see the problems coming. I got you. Number 7, see the obstacles. Okay, here's my question. Why have you not hit your goal yet? How about you asking, why have I not hit my goal yet? Why am I not there yet? What is holding me back? What's stopping me? What is the biggest problem you got? Write that down. But ask yourself, brainstorm it. It's the way my mama treated me. Write that down. It's the way my daddy treated me. I didn't have a daddy. Or write that down. We'll get you, I understand. What it is it? My wife, she crazy. My husband. What about your husband? My shacking up mate. The guy I'm shacking up with, he a problem. My dog dying. My daddy, he dying. All the old people in my life keep dying. Every turn around, somebody's dying. I'm old like them. I know I'm going to. Can't quit thinking about it. What's your biggest holdback? I ain't got no leads. Can't afford no leads. I can't talk right. I got to tell. What is holding you back? Identify your obstacles. Okay, now here's what I'm going to tell you. I will bet you 99% of the time the 80-20 rule applies. 80% of your problems are inside the circle of you. You say, you talking about your book? No, I'm talking about the circle of you. 80%. You fix 80% of your problems, and 90% of the money you want to make is going to come rolling in. 99% of the time, it's you. That's why you got to say, what's holding me back? Why am I not going all out? Average people always blame people and circumstances. That's just what standard people do. Lord, have mercy at these people on social media. Craziest things. I know people. Like, I know one of the football coaches had a devastating loss. I'm texting before the game. I text him 2 days later after the game. I didn't text him when I knew he would be busy. And just talking to him. He said, I've had so many seasons that start with a terrible loss the first game. But yet other people put up for sale signs in my house like I'm going to give up. He's like, this Saturday is another game. But poor people, average people, they want to talk about it. I don't even want to. I mean, there's so many. I almost like I know stuff I don't even want to know. Meaning, people blame other people and circumstances when 80% of the problem. People that excel. This is favorite question of superior people. What is it in me that's holding me back? What am I doing? That is the number one step. What am I doing to hold me back? What's my problem? What am I not doing? What am I thinking about? What am I saying to myself? This one kid come up to me the other day and he said, Andy, what do I do about the voices in my head? I said, that's your worst thing? He said, yeah. So then I got to talking to him about how do we solve your worst problem, which is number one thing is you can't control that. But you can control what you say back to the voices in your head. But you can't control the terrible thoughts you have. I got a lot of feedback from Paul Roberts that a lot of people said, you mean I'm not responding? No. Your first stupid thoughts are not yours. These are thoughts that come in from outside spiritual bad people, bad guys. Some people call them devils, Satans. It's messed up. It's a psychological phenomenon that you can't take any responsibility from, but how you react to it, 100% responsibility. You get the stupid stuff and then you do it, you dumb. But you get the stupid stuff like me and then you don't do it, you get up and drink some coffee and make some phone calls, that's a different situation. Does that make sense? What is holding me back? Okay, so see the obstacles by asking what are they? Okay, next one. Get know-how. Get better. You need knowledge, you need information, you need principles, and you need skills. Principles, another way to put that is people skills, like honesty, integrity, doing to people like you want them doing to you. Get principles. Learn what principles are. Get skills. Skills is the ability to close, the ability to get somebody to move, the ability not to offend people, to get people to move now. Jeff Bright is going to do a lot to help you with that when he does this animal things. Are you an otter or a lion? How to deal with each one of them. Woohoo! You got to learn it. Get better at it. All right, books. I put together a sheet of paper for people that want to be in my Inner 33, okay? These are the books that I said are required reading. Magic of Thinking Big by Dr. Schwartz, Goals by Brian Tracy, First Things First by Stephen Covey, my 3 books, and The People Factor. Got it? People Factor. What's that guy's name? Huh? Yeah, Van Moody. Van Moody, First Things First, Covey, Magic of Thinking Big, and Goals by Brian Tracy, my Circle book, the MMM book, and the 8 Steps book. That is the base, like I would try to read like in the next month. You say when? When people say you should be sleeping, you should be reading. Because you don't want to give up selling time and recruiting time. That makes sense? So I'm telling y'all, I am on a search for the fanatical, not the excuse makers. I've got my quota of them. I'm looking for people that will put their name up there on the board. Does that make sense? I'm telling you, that's what I'm looking for. People that will start putting the metal to the plate, I want the rubber to the road. I want the bat on the ball. I want the ball in the net. You with me? Cray-cray. Fanatics. And I don't want anybody to say anything bad to the guys that are a little on the softy-wafty side, okay? That just won't do it. I don't want you to say anything to them, okay? Just be nice to them. But if you want to raise your hand, that's what I'm looking for. You got to read this. Okay, listen to this. To achieve something you've never done before, you got to do something you've never done before. It's got to happen. Here's your question. So, you know, questions are what changes your life. What one skill, if I developed it and did it in an excellent fashion, would help me the most to achieve this goal? What one skill, if you open it up? Now, here's what I ask people. I would say to Ben, is talking to Tim, or if I would talk to Terry, and I say, talking to me, tell me, write down what's the number one thing that I say you got to do more of. What's the number one skill? What's the number one skill, Tia? And I ask people, and they go, I have no idea what the person coaching me knows what skill I need to change. If you don't know what skill you need to change, you need to find out from somebody that's got some sense and hopefully wide as a fat baby's butt and hopefully deep as a dead-gum whale. Does that make sense? Find somebody that's massive that say, this is the one skill that'll change you the most. But you tell me, most of you know. And most of you, I tell you what most of you it is. You want to lean in. You say, I got to practice leaning in. Yeah, association. You ain't good at it. Some of you, and the other ones of you ain't, like you closed off. You can't tell if you're hurting. I can't tell if you ever had a problem. I can't tell if you care because you don't want to let nobody close. You're a stiff-arming person. You're not open. So it's people that are not open and then people that are not leaning in. Now, we do have some terrible people skills, people, okay? That's the skill that you need too. Does that make sense? The get back up off your butt skill. The get back up skill. If you got good at getting back up when you had problems, you say, how am I going to not have problems? It don't work. Percy, it don't work like that. You're going to have problems. You get back up skills. With me? Have you got a list of the 2 or 3 things? But just give me the one thing. Just first the one thing that you need to develop and get good at. And get good at that. And then show me something. All right, get the know-how. Oh, I ain't got much time to get into this, but I got people. I was talking to a guy this morning. He talks to too many people. He gets this person's opinion who's not winning, this person's opinion who's doing okay, this person's opinion who's doing okay, this much opinion. And I'm like, my God, Bo, what are you? We done went over this. Simple. This, not that. Well, how do they? I don't know. Now I'm double working because I'm having to deal with what you talk to them. People don't know what they're talking about. I'll tell you what it was. Here's what he said, Terry. You understand this. He said, I watched you recruit. You just call people. I said, yeah. He said, you don't wait for them to call you. He said, Well, I was talking to this other couple, and they said they just email them, and one's a reply. I said, I don't want to know what they do. They're tiny. They want to play the video first. I know they want to get out of work. I want to get rich. They want to get out of work. He said they're working smart. I said, you tell me one more God bless the thing they said. I'm going to tell you one thing. I don't want to know what the broke know. I don't know why they think it. I don't know how they think it. I don't want nothing but that little pea-sized business. That's a pea-sized business. That pea-sized business is going to mess you up. Narrow who you talking to. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? I don't know why. It's like they're looking for somebody that ain't working who will tell them that it's okay not to be working. Does that make sense? I mean, like, are you upset, Andy? I'm confused. For some of you, I'm confused. I'm not mad. This is a skill that Jeff Bright taught me. Oh, it's funny because the next one's relationships. Who's critical to mission success? Who's critical to mission success? Relationships are everything, but not every relationship. Relationships are everything, but not every relationship. Lord, have mercy. I ain't got time to deal with all of them. Key relationships deeper. I'm talking to some people directly. I'm hoping you're hearing me. Key relationships deeper. If you would like to have your business go more better, more faster, get more deeper with the more righter persons. It's just that simple. The people that are moving and shaking, get tighter with them and not so worry about everybody else. For some of you, the relationship part, you need to learn how to put off. I do this almost every meeting, and somebody gets the craziness. Can you give me who can dial my number real quick? Actually, I'll print it up. Who can dial my number real quick? I have talked to my iPhone people. They have a signal. Red is not, who's dialing? Somebody raise your hand if you're dialing me. I need for it to dial. Thank you. Okay, see, I got red. That means I'm not making money. Green, making money. I look at the name and I go, there's a little button here I press. It says, this is Andy. How can I help you? If it's making money, I hit the green button. Does that make sense? I have a priority system. I don't talk to everybody. I don't have to. You don't either. But you need to talk to some people more. You need to have longer and deeper relationships with some and less to none with others. How do I know? You know. You know. I'm not going to tell my parrot joke again. You know. Brand new people want to know about the parrot. You can tell them at the cabin tonight. Anybody that don't know what you know stands for, they're brand new. Tell them at the cabin tonight. But that's the system I have. Okay? I call it put off the stupid till later. Do the smart now. But people get sucked into the stupid. Because you know what? Then they don't have to work either. They can sit there and listen to them say the same thing over and over again. Y'all know people do that. Same thing. All right. 10. We've got to roll. All right. Plan is number 10. Simple task. I know you don't believe me. I don't care. Every time I talk to crazy rich people, when I say crazy rich, people that are making over 1.5 million to over 2 million, every single time they are list people. You'll talk to somebody and say, what do we need to do? Let's make a list. They'll go over to a whiteboard and start writing it down, or they'll pull out a notebook and they'll say, what do we need to do first? Then they'll say who we need to call first. They put a stupid list down. I've been to these seminars. I pay $800 for them, sit in that seminar, and they tell me, don't make a list, make a priority of things. I was like, that's a list right there. I just paid $800 to learn how to make a list. But I know people that are broke that forget stuff because they don't have a list. They don't have a task. That you open up their activity book, and I got nothing. I got 50 dials. Where's the part where you say, book 20 appointments, and you check that off, and your chest goes out because you've got 20 appointments booked? You say, well, I don't need to book 20 appointments. What do you mean you don't need to book 20 appointments? What's your production look like? If you don't need to do it, why? I mean, if you need to do it, make a list. 20 appointments. I need to talk to 45 brand new people that have never heard about this business that have a resume on Monster, and you call them up. I got to figure out how to get more resumes. I got to figure out how to get more resumes. I need to talk to Matt Mason. I need to talk to Chris Hill. Give me a list of what you need to do. It's called a plan. Rich people say, what else am I missing? They say it all the time. John Roberts, one of my best friends, he'll be like, what else we need to think about on this? Who else will we talk to on this? Who else can we call? And we'll just brainstorm a list. If we're getting ready to do something, we just write out a list of things we're supposed to do, and then we prioritize them. What's first? What's second? What's third? What's fourth? What's fifth? What's got to come first? What bankers can we call? What's the possible interest rates? Anybody could give us the money that ain't a banker? Can we get somebody to just give it to us outright? We just think it through, and then we start talking about people that owe us, people that we owe and they don't want us to go under. See, because when you owe people, they don't want you to go under. That's sometimes who we call first. I mean, we start thinking, like, who can we call? What can we do? Write it down and then have sub-deadlines. Like, I need to make 20 appointments. Great, that's good. Anything else? Well, yeah, I need to schedule some time to call. Brilliant, brilliant. What else do you need besides to schedule some time? I got to call and tell somebody I ain't coming. Okay, can't you just not show up? Yeah, not show up. Write that down. I'm going to text them and let them know. Okay, text them and let them know that you ain't coming. So now you got scheduled time. Well, I need something to call. You're going to need to get leads. Put down get leads. How do I get leads? Who do I call? Where do I get the money? Who do I get the money from? Who will let me borrow the money? What can I sell to get the money? It's a list. It's a plan, man. All right, here's your question. End with a question. What's the most important activities or tasks that I could do to change my standing in life? What's the most important task? Quadrant 2, to change who you are, to change where you are, to get what you want, to make it happen, to quit being the same, to get it to Hawaii, to win, to quit losing, to quit looking embarrassed, to quit feeling bad, to feel better, to feel pride, to feel success. It's just a simple list. You want me just, what do you want? Let's go, baby. Time to kill. Time to win. This is the alliance's time. All right, number 11. This was one of the craziest ones. It's called Seize It. You can spell it S-E-E-Z, S-E-I-Z-E, S-E-E-E-Z, seize. You got to seize it, you got to seize it. You got to grab it, and you got to view it. What's called emotionalization and visualization. I want you to visualize it and get in the motion before you even get it. What is it going to feel like for you when you're getting in the Ferrari and banging the back of your head on the Ferrari? If you're young and you don't go bang your head, you look in there and how is it going to feel like to be able to get in your Ferrari and not have your back hurt? What's that going to feel like? Well, you want a big four-door truck, what's it going to look like when you have to pull yourself up in there and people walk up to your truck and look up at you like that? What's it going to feel like when people are filming you? What's it going to feel like when you write that check to GOAT for $100,000 or when you write that check for $10,000 to your favorite ministry? What's it going to feel like when a kid gets a scholarship because of you? How good are you going to feel? How smoking fired up are you going to be? Get into the emotion now. Don't wait. You got to seize it because you're going to need it deep, deep, deep down in you when something stupid happens. When you're sick and the doctor tells you can't go. When your back hurts and you ain't supposed to go. When your wife says whatever she says. When your husband says. When your shacking up mate says. When your girlfriend of 12 days says. Because you ain't had one in forever and now you got one in 12 days, you don't want to lose them. When they break up. I mean, you guys, like, every time they break up, it's like a nightmare for the next 3 weeks. I'm like, dude, just don't date nobody else. We won't have to go through this breakup. And it's just like, stuff's going to happen, but if you'll visualize this craziness happening, I'm telling you, I am the most negative person you know and the most optimistic. I am positive our plane's going to crash and we're going to die. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to get to chairman's council before it happens. You say, well, you better hurry because you don't know when it's going to happen. That's what I'm saying. You don't know either. Why do you keep acting like you're God and you think you got more time? I had a conversation with somebody the other day real close to me, and I was like, look, I'm 53. I'm doing it. I hear what you're saying. I'm doing it. I might not make it 2 or 3 more years. If I'm going to last 2 or 3 more years, I'm doing it. That makes sense? If you don't seize it, you ain't never going to seize it. If you don't grab it, you ain't never going to get it. Ain't nobody going to give it to you. It just don't work like that. And if they give it to you, it's more torment than you can imagine. That's what happens. That's why 99% of the people who win the lottery ain't got. I was in there. What the heck? Jane asked me to buy some ginger ale. She said, my tummy hurts. Give me some ginger ale. I stopped in that gas station. I don't usually stop in them places. And I went in there, and you know what they was buying? Lottery tickets. I just looked at them. Shook my head. I said, I'll be talking to this in my next meeting, I guarantee you. And them jokers taking a last dollar bill, trying to buy a lottery ticket, knowing they're going to win $75 or $52. And if it's crazy as everything happens, they're going to win $40,000. Ooh. You can't buy no Jeep for $40,000. You with me? The government going to take half of it. They ain't never paid taxes in their life. That's going to be a shock to them right there. They done went conservative Republican on us when they done won the lottery. You are going to have stuff come up. If you don't have a deep burning feeling in you, you won't be able to get through it. Last one is this. If you hadn't seen it, you ought to get it sometime. Jim Valvano in that 2020 series, Survive and Advance, miracle after miracle, basketball games they had lost. I'll tell you something else I thought about was that movie called Revenant, where the guy gets killed, beat up by that bear, people get shot, and he's freezed to death, and his blood's coming out of him, and they leave him for dead and put dirt. That man's crazy right there. If you will get never, never quit, no matter what, keep scrapping last minute, and then if it looks like you lost, talk about tomorrow. Every time they think you've lost, say, that's just a battle. It's a war raging. That's just one battle. I'm going to keep going. You've got to get that never, never quit. Nothing will stop you. That bounce, but you have to get that bounce back in you. Nothing stops you. Never quit. Don't let up. Don't admit defeat. Just keep fighting. Just keep smiling. And so many people, they react to people, especially family. They want to argue with them and try to change the family member. Don't change. Agree with them. You're stupid for doing that line. You say, I know. Well, can you believe what's wrong with me? I got to go to another meeting. Love you. Bye. See you. But let me tell you how stupid you are again. You already convinced me? I'm sold out to it, baby. I'm stupid. You're selfish. All you care about is yourself. Say, I know. I got a little selfish bug in me. Can't help it. I got my eyes on me. I know you. You're a selfless person. Me. Well, let's talk about it. Well, let's talk about it. I'm a selfish person. I'm a bad human being. I hope God forgives me. I got to go to a meeting. Woo! Got to book some appointments. You with me? You don't care about me. Well, I know it seems like I don't, but I really do care about you. I got to go to an appointment. I really do. Let me write you a note, tell you that I do. You can. It's in writing. I'm telling you, I care. I know it don't look like it. I know you think I care more about the business. I know you think I don't have no feelings. And that's probably true. I probably should be more emotional than I am. I really agree with you. I see what you're saying. Your perspective makes perfect sense. I got to go. Why do you have to argue with them? All you're going to do is get muddy. Like when you try to get a pig to sing, it's going to piss off the pig and get you muddy. You put lipstick on him, you get it all over you, he ain't going to sing. That pig's going to be a pig when you walk away. Quit arguing with them and go do your due. You're not going to change them. They've told you, quit preaching at me. Quit trying to change me. Agree with them. Say, I'm not going to try to change you anymore, but I care about them. I should change. What you need to do is change. Don't worry about them changing. You change and quit engaging. Let's go. Does that make sense? I'm going to try my best to trick you into changing 3%, 5% at a time, but it's up to you. If you want to flip the switch and go 180, 100%, you can do it anytime you want to. Right. Most of the time I decide to go 180, I usually get about 2 to 3% change. And I get very disappointed and disgusted. And then I look around, man, I go, hey, it ain't too bad, bud. 3% is not a bad improvement. Because I've seen some people went backwards last week. Hey, here's my last trick to try to get you to move ahead. Can y'all get the parking map up here? Can you pull up my parking map for the convention, national convention? This is big. This is big. This is big news. Here's what I'm going to say. Well, you should have told me. I go, we did it on TWC. Did it live. All right, what I would suggest is you get your phones out and get ready to order. Because right now, the Alliance National Convention, Alliance National Convention is live, and you can buy your national convention tickets. We will probably sell out, but it will take months, so you're safe. But I tell you what is going to sell out. We purchased an acre and a half straight across right here. It's this lot right here. There's 100 spots there, and the first 100 people to buy a national convention ticket are going to have those spots right there. Does that make sense? So what if I buy 5? Do I get 5 tickets? You bought 1. The ones you bought for somebody else, I'm glad you got them, but that ain't a parking ticket. What if my wife buys 1 and I buy 1? We got 2 parking passes. Yes, and then you can sell your parking pass. You can give it away to downline. But the first 100 people, that's the parking lot. So there's the convention center. So for y'all that are in here, it's straight across the road. It's fenced right now, and there's probably maybe 40 parking places. The bulldozer man is lined up. We're going to put 100 parking places in there, and you'll be able to walk right across the street inside the convention center. It's the best parking there is. Does that make sense? So you're going to be able to get, so we got the handout, say, woohoo. All right, but the best place to sign, this is the map. But the best place to do now, the next 100 is going to be this parking right here. Now, probably some of you are going like, that don't exist right now. The guy's out there bulldozing now. There's going to be 100 parking passes here. Now, we are going to have some select parking passes, and the first 500 people, we're going to have some drawings, and we're going to have 3 spots that are reserved, that are exclusive, ridiculous rock star passes, but you can't buy those. That's going to be a drawing, okay? All right, you tracking with me? All right, so the second group is this green parking pass that you can walk right through the other convention center, avoid the rain, the weather, short walk, it's paved, the whole deal. Lots of better things about this. The next group is this red parking lot, which is where the mail house is, and you can walk right down the streets. There's no gravel to walk through. The third is this half of the huge parking lot that's out here, and it's going to be blocked off for this half, so that'll be the next 200. So then you're going to go to the blue down here, and then you're going to have the overflow parking down here. And by the way, it's the full meal ticket. The small meal tickets, you can get a parking pass from somebody else. You can ride with somebody. You couldn't eat with us. You can at least ride with us. Does that make sense? So it's a full meal. We have a payment plan set up. You can pay it outright. We want to pack this thing out for the National Convention. Why? Because we're going to have the best fourth quarter we have ever had in the history of the Alliance, because so many people are making their decision to go all out. We're going to be giving away trophies, trips, prizes. Gina's going to be there. Coach's going to be there. And by the way, we are going to, there's more coming, okay? There's more special stuff, crazy stuff, just like the parking. There's contests coming for key leaders, because what we're going to do is we're going to have a group of people that are hosted by foresters, a group, and it's going to be at a different restaurant. So the meal ticket, what do you call it? The black tie. So the black tie on Saturday night will be at different restaurants and here. That's right. So when we have the good 2-hour break or hour-and-a-half break, you'll meet back at a restaurant for the meal and then come over here for the awards. But everybody, so most people will be inside, but other people will be at restaurants. So what's that going to be? It's going to have to do with key leaders and how many people you directly get tickets to come to the National Convention. And there's more stuff coming besides that. This is going to be the craziest National Convention. What we want to start doing after about 2 to 3 months from now is say, look, it's going to sell out. Here's how many are left. I don't know if we will, because we've got all kinds of crazy ways to manipulate this stage. Like right now, like how far we're out, you have no idea. Like have you noticed the craziness that they've done? See, the stage normally comes across right here. They've dropped this one down, and this was the stage. The stage ended right here for National Convention. It ended here. What we've done is extended it out to make it look a little more cozy and put the curtains up. Does that make sense? These guys are brilliant. This stage setup, way to go, Barry, Jay, media, amp guys. It looks phenomenal. Everything's moved around. So when we start packing it up and we're getting close to 1,500 or 2,000, we start sliding things around. We're not going to have the Ferrari in here. That gives us more seating. There's all kinds of crazy stuff we're going to do. So National Convention, Alliance, nationalconvention.com is where it is. It's live. You can send people to it. Get there quick so you can get your parking passes. And if your team dominates the parking area and your whole team picnics and comes out to that area, that's fine. Just take advantage of it. Guys, I hope this has helped on the TWC today. I see our time has run out. I'm so fired up about the crowd that we got right here. We got some good stuff to talk about with you guys next. So as we say goodbye to everybody else, Love y'all. Let's do this thing. The Alliance is on fire.